Okay, so with Kobe, I assume we saw him after the game. I assume it was a maintenance day for him, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that something you might do with other players now in the last 2 games?
No, he had something nagging, so just based on that. We're not going to rest anybody, but if there's something that's nagging or if somebody picks up something tonight, those decisions will be made based on that.
Do you expect Kobe to sit another game or two, or is that just going to come kind of daily?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see, yeah.
Is he healthy enough that if this was, say, a playoff game, he could have played?
I would assume that, yeah.
It's hard to manufacture intensity. Is this a game that, because you clinched the last game, will heat off tonight?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's human nature, for sure. I thought the first period was really sleepy. I thought we got going better in the second period, and then, they made their push in the third. And, the shift before we scored, I think the Dubois line was out there, had about 40-second shift in the ozone. I thought that was probably the most important shift of the game. And then Liz came out, and those guys, got on the face-off, and Kevin scored the big goal, which, I guess the two of them together. But that shift was really important. We had to stem the tide, and an excellent shift by that line.
Do you have a sense how you want to use Dubois in the playoffs yet, or are you still working through that?
Yeah. I don't know exactly. I mean, we'll see what everything looks like. Played a really good game tonight. I thought he looked good with Q and Juice, and we'll see where it goes. Power play goal for him. So yeah, we'll just see.
On that power play goal, you mentioned he hasn't played really any half ball in his career, but feels a lot more comfortable with that net front spot. Is that somewhere you guys are going to try and use him more, or is he going to go back to the half ball once Kobe comes back? What's the plan there on the power play?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I mean, he was there. He was in Kopi's spot today with their group. Did a good job. Got one off the backside. But yeah, we'll still figure it out. That group is, it's had a lot of different looks with RV out and coming back in. That moves Q with that group. So there's just been a lot of different things going on there. Laugh's a righty. He got a chance to play there tonight. So we're still sorting through that.
How do you think the team performed without Kobe in the line tonight?
Well, I thought we did a good job. Again, it was flat to start. There wasn't a lot of intensity. But then we got our energy going, and give Anaheim credit. They played well. You can see the speed they've got. I thought they came through the middle of the ice and they were dangerous. They had 3 breakaways anyways, or partials by the time they got through us. I thought we did a good job with Cope. It's a hard guy not to have in there because he means so much to everybody. But the guys did a good job.
You guys have the 8 straight wins at home now. You end the season at home. You're 3 points clear of Vegas. It just seems like the momentum is built. It's just obviously the way you want to end the season, carrying that kind of momentum into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we want to play well. I mean, you can play well and not win in this league. That happens on a lot of different nights. So we want to play well. We'll take the wins. We want to win, of course, but we just want to be feeling good, whether that's winning or playing well and maybe not quite getting it done. Just feeling good going into it.
How important are the last 2 in terms of maintaining that intensity and that edge, and not turning it on and off?
Well, they're important. They're important, but it's a challenge at the same time. There's no question. Our game fell off from the Calgary game with the intensity. We knew we really had to go, and we did, and it was down tonight. But in the end, guys did a good job, as I mentioned. That big shift that those guys had really kind of pushed them back and got us our momentum back. I just have to say this because he's on the top of my mind, and rarely ask about him. I thought Gavrikov was really strong tonight. And in the defensive zone on the penalty kill, breaking the puck out, he really stood out to me on the bench. We don't talk about him enough. He's a good warrior back there.
Jim, the result tonight versus the result Tuesday kind of represents this team's record since the All-Star break. A lot of wins at home, not many wins on the road. Is that a mentality thing? What do you think of the contrasting records home and away since the All-Star break?
I don't know. It's flip-flopped a little bit, right? And we're so good on the road at the start, and we couldn't win much at home. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Go ahead, write whatever you want. I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you. I'm just glad we're winning somewhere.
What's the word about David Rittich? 221 goals against 919 save percentage. Those are pretty great numbers.
Pretty great numbers, and he was great. And obviously Cam's had more of the workload here over the last 6 weeks, anyways. But what you've seen with David is he just comes in and then plays really well. You know what I mean? And that's exactly what you're looking for. It's hard when you're not in the rhythm. It's easier to be going every second, third game. He's had some to sit, and he comes in and he just plays well. So that's a really, really strong attribute by a goaltender, that you don't have to be in that rhythm to be able to play well. And so give him credit. He made some saves tonight. He was probably the difference in the game.
Is it fair to say that Cam's probably the #1 going into the playoffs, though?
I mean, he's played more down the stretch, you know. I'm not going to say that. It could change. The game changes quickly, so we don't really want to marry ourselves to anything. But Cam's played very well down the stretch and certainly played most of the games.